sometimes something I see in the data really catches me by surprise. That happened recently when I was preparing the monthly dashboard report for our Economic Forum partners, and I saw that average hourly earnings in the Pikes Peak region are now a little higher than for Colorado overall. Normally wages are higher here than the national average, but below the state average. And that's what I would expect. There's a strong linkage between wages and education, and the share of people with a college degree in the Pikes Peak region exceeds the national share, but is lower than for Colorado overall. Educational attainment in the Denver metro area, which is about half the state's population, is quite high, and overall, Colorado has the second highest share of its population with a college degree among the 50 states. So how did the Pikes Peak region end up with higher wages? I think it has to do with composition effects. A good example of this occurred during the pandemic. The job losses in March and April 2020 disproportionately affected lower paid service employment like retail and restaurants, and taking those jobs out of the calculation meant that average wages jumped. Over the past year, total payrolls for both the state and the region are basically flat. Both are down by a very small fraction. Normally, that would be pretty concerning, but in an environment where the working age population is barely growing, we don't need job growth to keep the unemployment rate low, and both the region and state unemployment rates are low and below that of the US overall. At both the state and local level, healthcare employment has risen while government has decreased. But here's where composition comes into play. At the state level, the biggest job losses have been in the higher paying financial services category, which is down by about 3%, while this is only decreased by about 1% locally. Another high paying category, professional and business services, is down at the state level while seeing a slight increase in the Pikes Peak region. Locally, the largest decline after government has been in the lower paying leisure and hospitality category. At the state level, leisure and hospitality payrolls are slightly up. So Colorado's total employment mix has shifted a bit away from high-paying sectors, while we're seeing the opposite here in the Pikes Peak region, where the types of jobs we've been losing are mainly lower paying. Do I think this is going to last? Probably not. It feels like a bit of a quirk. I expect that over time, the relationship between educational attainment and average wages will reassert itself in the data. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.